Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be building this plane out of foam. It will be 8 inches. It is the Aeronca Defender, I believe that's how you pronounce it, by Matt Mooney, peanut scale. These are the tools that I'll be using. So you want to have your plan laid out, cut out. Then you want to trace it onto the foam plate. This foam plate was able to purchase at the local Dollar Tree, but you can get them at any dollar store or even at your supermarket. Okay, so I have this plan drawn out now on the foam, and I cut it out, as you can see. Now I got my pieces laid out. This is what they look like. You could put it together like this if you wanted to, but we got some sanding to do. As you can see, this is the pieces, what it weighs without the sanding. It's 1.29 grams. Okay, so I show this piece right here. This is the bottom piece, and this is how you want to sand it. Just want to be gentle. Alright, here I just show how I'm just sanding down to get it accurate. Alright, after some sanding, as you can see, it's much thinner. Now I'm showcasing the wing and how thick it is before I sand it. Alright, it's got a slight airfoil in there. I'll have to put one in later. And this is the airfoil that I put in. And you can also see that it's been given the shape. I believe I sanded it a lot more though. Alright, and these are the other pieces. This is the top part of the fuselage. That's the front. That's the tail piece. Really just showing you how nice and shaven I got everything. I sanded it down real nice and smooth. Okay, what else is next here? I believe we got everything sanded down. Now I'm just gonna add some support. That's 1mm balsa, very light, and I believe I split this in half, and I add it to the fuselage. You'll see in the next clip. Alright, so I add it to the fuselage to the front to give it some structure, some rigidity, and that's the glue that I use. That glue is the best at getting this kind of job done. Alright, here we go. We put the one side of the fuselage is on, put the bottom on as well. Okay, this is what we're looking like. Okay, now we got both parts up, nice and even. At this point it's very light. That's what it looks like from the inside. I'm just measuring, trying to understand how much room I have to work with to put a motor inside when I convert into a supercapacitor airplane. As you can see how clean it looks. Now remember, when you're cutting it out, that's why you need to make sure you have the details. Alright, this is the wing. It's in 3 pieces. Okay, there we go. And I put the horizontal and vertical stabilizer. I glued those together. Now I glued the wing on, I glued the back piece of the fuselage, and I glued the tail surfaces onto the fuselage. As you can see how straight it looks. Now next step will be to build the piece that will hold the motor. But before that, I'm gonna show you how much it weighs. Right now, after all the sanding, I got it down to 1.05 grams. So sanding goes a long way, and I believe I could have sanded it a lot more. Now I'm going to build the front piece. I'll show it to you right there. Those pieces that are in black, that's what I'm going to build right there. And make sure you get a new blade. This new blade will help you a lot. Okay. Alright, so those are the pieces that I'll need to cut out. Alright, so you need to draw out those pieces onto this meat foam. This foam is from the meat section at your produce, you know, the foam packaging. Alright, so I drew them out. Next, you gotta cut them out. Alright. There you go. So cut them out now. We gotta prepare them. I'm just putting it together to see how much I need to actually cut so it can fit inside of the fuselage. You'll see what I mean in a minute. And this is the top of the nose. So once I get everything together, once I get that glued together, I would trace that on and I would cut it to that shape. Okay. Alright, now I sanded and I added glue to each side. I'm waiting for the glue to get tacky so I can go ahead and stick them together. There we go. That's the same glue. Trusty glue. Now you just want to make sure you sand it to shape. So I'm just showing you. After a while, this is the shape that you're looking for. You want to make it nice and smooth. And it fits right in the nose, right there. That's gonna hold the motor and keep it from moving and actually give some sturdiness to the front of the plane, even for crashes. Now there we go with the top. Right there, I put it on, just measuring it. You can glue this down, but because I'll be turning this into a capacitor airplane, I'm gonna leave it off for now. But we're almost done, minus, you know, the windshield. I have to put that in later. Okay, so now we got the front piece, the nose piece that we need to build. That goes on top of the black piece that we just put on. There we go. Now it's starting to look more like an airplane. Now I'm just showcasing where the propeller would go, and showing how easy it is to put that piece of carbon fiber through that hole. It's about 1 millimeter carbon fiber. Should be enough for the shaft of the motor. Alright, so this clip I have put everything together, and I actually put a piece of sticky tack on the front of the nose to give it some weight, because I wanted to try some flights. But this is what the top looks like when it's on. You guys will probably glue this on at this point if that's where you want to stop, and just add a little weight to the front, and you can build a, what do you call it, a windshield. The plan has the windshield in it, so you could just cut that out and cut it on a piece of plastic and glue that on there. But I will complete that, and I'll have that in the video when I build the capacitor version of this. So now with that sticky tack, the weight is 1.57 grams, but obviously that sticky tack is a little bit more. All right, so here we go. Here we got some flights. We got some flights here. All right, as you can see, it flies really nice. Beautiful glide. At some point we'll take this outside because, as you can see, too many obstacles in this area, but it's a good enough space to see if it'll glide, to see if it's nose heavy or tail heavy. So eight-inch foam plate. Alright, so we'll take this outside now. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and leave a like for the video, and I'll let you guys enjoy some flights. Oh, I should also say that the wind was blowing at around 3 miles an hour, 2 to 3.